I'm turning 25. What do I want to do from here? Hi everyone, it's Alex here. So today I wanted to just do like a sit down, chit chat, heart to heart kind of video. I have planned to film this since I started vlogging, which was only this year, but this was an idea that I set for a week before my birthday that I was like, I need to talk about it. I think a lot of people can relate, and sometimes I feel so silly talking about it, but talking about things and like really going into it, and when you speak something out loud, especially anxious thoughts, you actually start to make sense of it, and when you hear it, you can actually be like, wow, do I really feel like that? Let's talk. So next week, I'm turning 26. I'm just excited for what that year is gonna bring for me. I feel like I am on a new phase in my life, but it hasn't always been this way. I think I've spent at least the last year and a half, basically 2 years, really anxious and upset about my age. So if you're older than 25, 26, you're probably looking at me and laughing, but I'm sure you've had similar feelings. And if you're younger than me, you might be feeling this like doom emotion that is so invalid. Not that your feelings aren't valid, but it's ingrained into us, and I'm here to remove it. I always speak about how what we consume as in media impacts us. I'm a firm believer in that. Nothing has stood out as significantly as this. And I'm starting to realize how much kind of damage it has done to me. Growing up, especially when I grew up, computers and social media came later in my life, like around when I was probably in junior high to high school. And even when it started, like it wasn't that popular. You didn't get the exposure because not everybody was on social media and not everybody was like sharing their experiences. Now you have so much access to people of all different ages who've done all many different things, which is awesome, but that still doesn't take away what you might be feeling. Basically, I was convinced that my life is over as of 25, that I have peaked, and that whatever I achieve by 25 is what I'm set in stone for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's how I've always felt. So being 25 and approaching 26 and being as confused and lost and just not stable in my life and career as I was, I cried about it a lot. Like it is something that has played on the back of my mind over and over again. And so I do think the media plays a big part in that, but I also do think it has to do with me being from a very small town in a small province. We always talk about like fading youth. We are so convinced that if you don't peak by this time, then it's over for you. There's always jokes about slowing down and becoming more unattractive and wrinkles. It's not just physical, but people also act like your life path, it just stops. So whatever you accomplish by the time you're 25 or 30 is it. And that's not true. With social media now, I have so much access to people of all different ages who've achieved different things at different stages in their life, which is so amazing to see, and it gives me so much hope. But this media and small town mindset is so ingrained into me that even being able to access this at my fingertips has not been enough to convince me. You know the story. It's find the person you're supposed to be with, have kids, go to school or do whatever, get a career, build a house, live there, have your babies. That's life. And then you're just mom or dad. Don't tell me you have not heard of that story or that life path. If you are 25 and you have all those things, I'm cheering for you. That is great. What I want to make clear is that that doesn't define you. You're not just mom or dad, and you're not set in stone. You can still grow and go on different career paths and try different things. Your entire life is not defined by what you achieve in a quarter of it. Again, very hard to come to terms with, and I'm only starting to really realize that now. The media really portrays this, and the small town mindset really spoke to me that said, like, when you find the person you're supposed to be with, you're gonna settle down. Things are gonna slow down. I think the timing of me finding my current partner being during COVID really messed me up. When I met Cody, I met him the Christmas of 2019, so right before everything just went to shit. Can I say that on YouTube? So right before everything went crazy, I was working and making good money. I had my life planned from January to August of 2020 with 4 different events and like travel activities. I was gonna go backpacking in Costa Rica, an all-inclusive in Cuba, and 2 music festivals. So I had a huge like itinerary. You know, I had all intentions of still being this vibrant, curious person who was going to travel and get all these experiences while having a partner. And then COVID hit. It's totally okay if you slow down when you have a partner, because when you don't have someone hang out with 24/7, you kind of get other hobbies and other social activities. And then when you get someone that you can just chill with, sometimes you just embrace that. And I have trouble finding that balance anyway. I need to be introverted, but I also need to be social because I need social situations. I don't know, am I like an introverted extrovert? Like I'm something. So I did slow down because I wanted to, but then when my trips were canceled because of COVID, I knew this is because it's a global pandemic. Like it's not that personal to me. Like this is not just an attack on me. The whole world is slowed down. But because I lived in a new province, I couldn't travel or see any of my friends or do anything social. I just quit my job and I was looking for a new career path, and I was so lost, and my 25th birthday was coming. I felt convinced that everything that's been ingrained in my head was true, that I've peaked. So my weight fluctuated because my health fluctuated. And I'm not saying that gaining weight means you're bad or you haven't peaked or whatever, but for me personally, the weight I put on was due to my really, really unhealthy habits. And it wasn't even just weight, I lost muscle. Like I just lost my love for the gym because I couldn't go to the gym. So I just really lost myself. I just felt like this was the new me, you know, staying home all the time, not taking care of myself, not feeling my best, not exploring my creative things at the time. I was like, this is it. You know, what they warned me about, what they convinced me was that when I turned 25 or 30, it's all over. It's all downhill from there. It doesn't have to be downhill. The reason it's downhill is because we live in a stupid society. The world slowed down and I took it personally. Like I know kind of sounds self-absorbed, but I think because I was already low-key nervous that being in a healthy relationship meant the end of something for me, and then the pandemic being like, no friends, no travel, no job, nothing. I think it just really messed me up. And then instead of using that feeling, I'm turning 25, what do I want to do from here? I let it paralyze me, and I think that is a regret. I mean, I don't know. I don't have regrets. I don't know if I have regrets, but it really bothers me that I let myself feel like that. And I mean, it's only been, I think, since this fall, so September 2021, that I've come to terms with the fact that I have so much ahead of me. And I think that's because I've been exploring my creative outlets and I've been having success with it. I've been meeting new people. I'm seeing the opportunities ahead of me. I think my message, I guess, to anybody watching is everybody has ups and downs. We all have these different peaks in life. I mean, I can think about times when I was in high school when I was at my peak, and then, you know, you settle out a little bit. And then I was in university at my peak, and then I settle out a little bit. And then in my 20s, early 20s, I peaked. And then I settled out a bit, and then the pandemic happened, so I just got comfortable there. I lost my drive to find that next peak. You have so many peaks. Like 25 is so young. 25 is so young. So is 30. Life looks different now. And I think that because that's not something that has really been showed to us in media, because now in media, it doesn't matter how beautiful someone is or how successful someone is at a certain age, we're still taught to like look down on them or feel like, is this it? Like question if they're ever going to be big stars again because they peaked. But your peaks don't have to look the same. You can peak in different aspects of your life. Like if you are somebody who is 25, a stable job, like that's a peak. If you're 25 and you have kids and a great family, that's a peak. If you're 25 and you've been single your whole life but you've traveled all over, that's a peak. I can't believe I convinced myself that, or I let myself believe that I can't have all these things after 25, that I can't become a different person, that I can't have these new experiences and that I'm set in stone, and that if I don't have it all figured out, I'm a failure. Even with access to everyone, I still kind of battle with this every day, but I just wanted to come on here and let you know how vulnerable I felt about turning 25, but how excited I am to turn 26. I'm really, really happy that I started this YouTube channel because now you can watch me at 25 and kind of the things I was going through, and now you'll see me at 26 and then 27. Like, I'm gonna vlog forever. forever. You can be anything at any time, and you don't have to reach all your goals at once. I've lived that chunk of my life. I've had those experiences and like young, innocent, dramatic things. I've had naive experiences. Like, now I feel like I have so much behind me that everything I do from here on out is going to be so empowered and knowledgeable and successful. Like, I feel like I can be successful with the tools that I've brought. So instead of feeling like I've peaked and it's going like this, I feel like I've had those peaks and those lows. Everything I've learned now, I can take with me. There's peaks, but the trend is upward. So we just keep going upward. I'm getting deep here. You are the sum of every experience you've had in your life. Always. That's why I take the highs with the lows. Without lows, you wouldn't have highs. I know we wish we didn't have to have some of the lows, and I'm not saying that everything that has happened to you or me we deserved, but we've made it out. We've made those peaks. And if you are in a low right now, or you're just coasting, there's always somewhere higher for you to go. It doesn't matter about your age. You're not running out of time. You don't need to rush. You just need to enjoy it. That's just really what I wanted to say. If you are 20 and you think 25 is old and you're dreading it like I was, 25 is different. I don't know what old is. I think old is when you lose your spark. There are a lot of people who are up there in age and they still have more youth than people probably 20. So listen, don't let media, don't let small town mindsets, and don't let people tell you what you should and shouldn't accomplish or should and shouldn't have by a certain age. Whenever you get it is when you should get it. If I got any bit of success that I want when I was like 21, 22, 23, I probably would have ruined it because I was just not mentally mature enough for it. That's straight up. I wasn't mature. I'm just really excited for 26. If you're watching it in the future, like, I hope you go back and watch one of my recent videos and just see how I'm doing, because I just have a feeling it's gonna be so great. So thank you for watching. If you can relate, I would love for you to leave a comment. If you want more like chit chat, heart to heart, I can talk forever. So, you know, like and subscribe, leave a comment, whatever you feel like doing. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you hearing what I have to say. This has just been such a release for me, and I hope that I can help anybody who's feeling lost. Like, you don't have to have it all figured out. And what does having it figured out even mean? The people with the most money and the most success are still chasing something. Am I wrong? Thank you for watching, and have a great day. And if you're watching this before birthday, happy birthday. Bye.